Hey, okay, I'm Julia Frank. I'm the owner-operator of Dogwalks.com. I started this business in 1999, and I've been running it for 27 years this month. Every time I turn around, there's a new dog walker, a new dog walking business, things like this. So that has definitely increased. People anthropomorphize their dogs, you know, to a certain extent. They consider them almost as a part of the family. And they are. I think people have bonds with their dogs that are as strong, and maybe in some cases stronger than people have with humans.
Hi, my name is Ivy Chen, and these are my dogs, Maddie and Blueberry Pie. People form really close bonds with their dogs, and the same areas of your brain lights up whenever you think of a loved one. And so you hang out with a dog, it doesn't even have to be your own, and you release a whole bunch of dopamine. And the dogs, especially when they form a bond with their human, they respond in a similar way. They literally love us.
Yeah, but people pay for, but she pays for her child care. People pay me more than watching their dog.
You know, in general, having a dog is pretty expensive in urban areas. You know, it's expensive doing dog daycare. And on top of that, the vets are quite expensive. And so people are putting a lot of, you know, resources into taking care of their dogs.
And as people are maybe shifting from having kids to having fur kids, they are opening up opportunities for themselves to make the food, the daycare, the grooming supplies, and just all the accessories. And certainly we've seen a whole industry grown around that to cater to that.
A dogscape is where you have a reserved area for dogs in a park, or a design that allows the dogs to run free. A dogscape is you walk down a public street with wide sidewalks. There will be small set-asides where the dog can relieve itself. My name is John King. I'm the former urban design critic for the San Francisco Chronicle. I was really struck over the years by how the accommodation for dogs turned into a real almost pampering of dogs, that you started seeing parks designed to treat dogs well. You started seeing more access allowed in restaurants, apartment buildings, stores.
My name is Sarah Madlin. I'm the general manager of the San Francisco Recreation and Parks Department. So we have increased the number of dog play areas significantly in the last 20 years, primarily in response to people asking for it. We see people asking for their playgrounds to be refurbished or made more modern, but there's not necessarily a need for additional playgrounds, but additional dog spaces for sure. That's in high demand.
So a recent study from Lending Tree priced having a single kid raised to age 18 at $300,000. So if you're trying to buy a home and you're trying to figure out, am I going to be able to afford the house or the kid? Some people might actually decide, you know what? I want the real estate, you know, I'm okay without the kids.
I think communities need diversity of all kinds. That's what makes a community strong. It's what makes a community interesting, is every kind of diversity, including age diversity.
I would say that the economics part of it is one of the biggest factors of why it is that people in San Francisco may decide not to have kids. So a lot of parents are just not supported in having kids. You know, we see that too because the SF Unified School District, they're starting to shut down some schools for under-enrollment.
If we're a genuine city with lots of people we care about, you need schools. I think what you'll see is in newer developments, you'll see very carefully planned open spaces that have nice dog parks in them. People who live in the area who are donating money to get the park built, they're saying a dog park is a priority for our lives. And that is where you start to see the change, and it's a subtle change. It's not till you really step back that you think, so many of these things were not here 20 or 30 years ago. There was no call for them or no constituency for them, and now very much so. What you see is not a cultural shift driven by design so much as a design shift driven by the way people live now.
Parks evolve with people. So the world changes and we respond to it. And if we're doing a really good job, we respond with or in advance of these changes. As things shift, as they always do, the things people want to do shift. And we've seen this even within playgrounds. I don't think you'll see any sort of massive shift. I think you'll see, like you have throughout park systems throughout time, an evolution and a modification. And, you know, maybe eventually we have dog playgrounds.